Justin Fields was sacked 9 times in London for 55 yards. It's the most the quarterback has been sacked in a single game this season, and because he only went 9 for 17 passing for 45, he ended the day with -10 net passing yards. An impressive stat line for all the wrong reasons. Even Jets head coach Aaron Glenn, who originally dismissed the question around a quarterback change, later admitted that Fields took a step back. So, I wanted to play a game called How Many of Fields' 9 Sacks Were His Fault? A classic game played on NFL YouTube and Twitter for millennia. We have 4 very scientific grades to help us assess this. 1, not on him, 2, partially on him, 3, fully on him, and 4, the sack was egregious. Let's get into them. Sack numero uno came early in the first quarter on a 2nd and 13. The Broncos start with 5 guys up at the line, but drop the edges off into coverage to have 8 guys back. No doubt, it's a crowded field to work through and find receivers. But Fields takes way too long to get off the initial play side of his read. He sticks on that right side, even as an extra defender drops back, forcing him to sift through 4 defenders for his 2 receivers. He does eventually get off that and look to the tight end on the other side, but he's covered too, and before he can make it to Josh Reynolds, whose route is opening up in the middle, his feet are already spooked and he's dropping his eyes. He tries to take the long way out of the pocket, but gets chased down for a sack. I don't think it's fair to be that hard on Fields for this one. You'd like to see your 5th-year quarterback get off his first read faster, but a disguised coverage with routes mostly going to where the defenders are is tough, and getting to your 4th read requires a lot of discipline and trust in your offensive line. I'm calling this one partially on him. Sack 2 happened with 9:18 left in the second quarter on a 1st and 10. The Jets motion their receiver across the formation and get the Broncos to show some of their hand before the snap. The corner chases him, likely indicating man coverage, while the safety drops down in his place as an extra pass rusher. Judging by Fields' eyes on the end zone angle, Garrett Wilson and the left side are his initial reads. Wilson is running a crosser while the tight end runs a delayed angle route. Fields obviously knows what the play is, so let's pause it before the snap and do a little, "If that was me, I would have just done this," a favorite among YouTubers like me. Guys, I would have been an NFL quarterback if it wasn't for my fucking knee. Still, I think it's a fair exercise here, because look, the motion already told you so much. The safety is likely pass rushing and the defense is likely playing a man coverage concept. So that leaves you with 2 guys for 2 receivers, the linebacker for the tight end and the corner for Wilson, and 1 deep safety. After the snap, he should recognize the linebacker chasing the tight end, opening up space in the middle for Wilson. This is open now. But Fields never throws it, and it brings us to the first theme of Fields' deficiencies. His footwork is awful. It's out of rhythm, clunky, and it seems he never has a true top of his drop back to line up with when the ball should get out. Instead, he just shuffles in his drop back. And yes, the pressure does get there quick, but again, the motion indicated that there was going to be additional pass rushers. This pass is wide open by NFL standards, and if he hits the top of a drop back with some urgency, he can fire this one in here and take minimal damage. This one was fully on him. It's time for sack number 3, and spoiler alert, the footwork is bad again. This one occurred with 8:33 left in the second on a 3rd and 9. On this one, he takes the snap and immediately starts drifting towards the left side, towards his initial reads, looking for a deep shot. My big issue with this one is just how stubborn he is trying to hit this throw. It really is like watching someone play Madden in real life, drifting in the pocket with eyes locked on the home run play. And I just don't know why he does this. The deep safety plays it well, and even if he was trying to get his eyes to hit the other guy on the other side, he's got to realize he's already fading away from the pass rush. The internal clock needs to be going off that he probably doesn't have time to hit this. Plus, the linebacker does a sort of fake blitz. While he actually does go to cover the running back out of the backfield, the space in the middle still opens up, and he's got a crosser wide open in the shallow middle. I understand it's 3rd down, and there's not a great chance the receiver gets there, but giving your guy a chance is much better than taking a sack. I think this one again stems from bad footwork. Having a clear top of his drop back and feeling the pressure may indicate that he doesn't have time to hang in there. Get the ball out to a guy who's getting into space. This one was fully on him. Sack 4 happens in the last minute of the second quarter. I think this one does a good job of showing he's probably thinking too hard and it's ruining his mechanics. On the left side, the Jets receivers are running a fade out concept. When we see the defender carrying the fade up the field, we can reasonably assume the out will be available. They don't get the best pick on the defender here, but this one still opens up. But watch Fields' feet in the pocket. He hits the top of his drop back, his left foot steps like he's about to throw it, but then everything short circuits as the Broncos' John Franklin Myers gets through the line. What should have been a nice 5-yard pickup for a first down to stop the clock as the half dwindles, turns into a 2-yard loss, and the Jets are forced to use their last timeout. This is another one that's fully on him. Sack 5 comes with 3:33 left in the third quarter on a 3rd and 5. We can assess this one pretty quick because, really, he just hesitates here to pass to the open flat route, then doesn't throw it at all. And I'm just not sure what the issue is. The corner has his back turned away from the target. You can get the ball out to him and let him pick up a couple extra yards for the first. Instead, he does a happy feet dance and gets sacked. This one was egregious. Sack 6 happens in the final 20 seconds of the third on a 3rd and 6. Fields' read is on the left side of the play here to a dig corner route between the two outside receivers. And let's look at what we've got here. A single high safety and 2 DBs lined up over top of these receivers. To me, I think Fields has to determine if he's getting cover 1 man or cover 3 to see which guy on this side has space to pick up the first. And while I obviously don't know this for sure, it appears the read should be a low to high. First, check out the dig, and if it's getting taken away, that likely means the corner is open. Check out the picture he gets at the top of his drop back. The corner is turned, facing the outside receiver, giving you a man tell. This should give you the go-ahead that it's time to hitch and rip one to the corner. It's a tough throw, absolutely, but if you throw this on time and towards the sideline, you're going to give your best receiver a shot to pick up the first on a nice gain. But Fields just doesn't make any decision at all, and the pass rush gets to him. This play, in particular, is a great example of why Fields still has 0 interceptions on the year. A good stat until it isn't. You've got to get this one out to your best option and live with the result. This one is fully on him. Sack 7 comes with 4:40 left in the fourth quarter on a 3rd and 10. This one isn't on Fields at all. It's just a great pass rush off the edge by Nick Bonito to get to him immediately. There's just nothing he can do here. Sack 8 happens just after the 2-minute warning on a 1st and 10. After shifting the play, Fields' target is the out route on the right side. But instead of getting this out quick and gaining more momentum on the drive, we get more hesitation from Fields, and he just doesn't throw it again, even after taking his hand off the ball. Again, this is more than open by NFL standards, and especially so if he gets it out at the top of his drop back. It's possible he gets spooked because of safety Brandon Jones making himself big at the line of scrimmage. Still, I think I'd rather just see him rip this one quickly and place the ball a little further towards the sideline than just hold on to it for negative yards. I'm putting this one on the fully on him category, but I'd be open to hearing an argument that the passing lane just wasn't there. And finally, sack 9, the last sack with a minute left in the game on 4th and 8. I'm just not a fan of this play. There are only 3 routes for Fields to get this out to, and while I understand the inclination to want to protect from a 7-man pass rush, I think the better option is to give him at least one more quicker route here. On Fields' end, he never gets off the left side of the play where both receivers have longer developing routes. I don't think passing this one short to the right side would have gotten them the first they needed, but again, it's a hell of a lot better than taking a sack. I'm putting this one partially on him because there just really isn't a good option here. So, at the end of our game, we're left with 1 sack not on him, 2 sacks partially on him, 5 sacks fully on him, and 1 sack that was egregious. And the numbers behind Fields' performance only confirm the eye test. Pro Football Focus has a stat called pressure to sack ratio, which tries to assign blame to the quarterback for their sacks. In week 6, Fields ended the day with a 52.9% in this metric, the highest number by far. Over the entire year, he has a 24.4% pressure to sack rate, which lands him at 5th highest. And as we saw through his hesitation and slowness to get through progressions, he just takes too long to throw or decides to not throw it at all. Fields lands at 38th among qualifying quarterbacks for the rate of his dropbacks that end in under 2.5 seconds, and is second for dropbacks over 2.5 seconds, with nearly 70% of his pass attempts taking longer than this. Even in his quote-unquote good games, there's always been a lack of anticipation and processing power, and the Jets game in London put those bad traits on full display. The whole thing was reminiscent of his first start in Cleveland in 2021, where he went 6 for 20 for 68 yards and was sacked 9 times for 67. There has been improvement in his game, but at the end of the day, it just doesn't feel substantial. Rather, it feels like he's found ways to mask some of his flaws until they rear their ugly head again, like they did in Week 6. I am officially out on Justin Fields, for good. I had some skepticism about him entering the year, and even after the best game of his career in Week 1 of this season, I wasn't fully convinced. But now I am. He just isn't a starting caliber passer in the NFL. I wonder how much longer he'll last as QB1 in New York. With a decently sized contract, and because the offense really hasn't been the main problem until this game, he may get a longer leash than he really deserves. When softening on his defensive fields with some time away from the game, Aaron Glenn said he wasn't going to bench him after one true bad game. But what about another absolutely awful one? The clock is ticking on Justin Fields, and for me, and I think a lot of other people, it's already struck midnight. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please remember to give it a like if you did enjoy it, and consider subscribing to the channel so you can catch the next one. Thanks. Bye.